Great, wow, is it?
I'm walking, so happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company.
Mm. Great, why isn't? Get your chair, get your mats. Let me look at this camera. Get your weights. Line up if you're walking wall to wall. Thanks for coming on the walk. Please like, comment, share, subscribe.
So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking, oh yeah, just walking.
Great rising, y'all. Thanks for coming on the walk. Let's get ready. Okay, I know y'all gonna laugh when I say I'm going slow because I have so much stuff to do today. So much stuff to me is two things. I enjoy retirement. There's times I had to get out this house every day. Or wherever, not this house, wherever I was living. And I had to get out every day. Every day. All the time. Sometimes come back, run back out, come back, and go back out again. And a lot of this was done on public transportation. So I enjoy my retirement, and as I tell y'all, this phase of my life, I ain't gonna be, I've never been on the hate old people train, because I knew eventually I would become that old person. So, alright. I just threw down my tissue thing. And oh, I see it. Here we go. So y'all know the first 5 minutes is rough. And I didn't even warm up because, like I said, I have these two things to do. One is mental, and I'm finding at my age that you, even mentally, you have to draw energy. You know, it's definitely, you think better, you know, not moving. Because then all the energy goes into the thought process. But, having said that, I gotta talk about this. It's about politics, so put your headsets on. Put your headsets on. Do y'all remember seeing them children in cages? Now, if it was a propaganda, lie, a whole video studio set up to make it look real, like the moon landing. But I remember seeing the news and seeing all the walls go up and watching them round up people and ICE going into work and bringing out all these immigrants from these food packing places in the Midwest. I remember all that. The cages. And this is all under Republican rule. I remember the Dreamers? Because they were sending their parents back to the country. And because the Dreamer wasn't a United States citizen, but a dependent, if they couldn't find anyone here to live with, they could go back, they would have to go back home with their parents and then, I guess, become of age. Now, I remember reading about kids waiting in school to be picked up by their parents, but their parents had been picked up by ICE because they were illegals, immigrants. Now they call them migrants. Well, I'll get there. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when that brave lady blew the whistle on the doctors that was coming to the concentration camp cages where they kept the illegal migrant, immigrant, asylum seekers in the cages? And a doctor came and was sterilizing the women in the concentration camps. Yes, the same people who just overthrew Roe v. Wade. I don't understand, make it make sense. I don't understand. But that's what that party does. If America does not get rid of the Republican Party, nay, vote them out of any kind of legislation, of any powerful position, it's a wrap. Because they're a house of cards built on lies. Right here where I'm staying, they don't have to have proof. They don't have to say it. They can literally tell a lie, and because it's them, it's believed. It doesn't have to have any proof. Doesn't have to have any backing. See, as African Americans, we've always lived under that. Remember, a white person's testimony against us is word. So we always knew that side of it. But now America is learning that side of it. These repugs, these Tea Partiers, these conservative liars, house of cards, fake pretenders, the universe is showing them up. I remember that because when they were putting them in cages, I couldn't understand what was going on. And then they was building the wall, and then the way to make money to raise funds for a wall that wound up to be a scam was the whole thing for a scam? That party has been doing a lot of scamming lately. Top secret documents, everything. In his place, I said declassified, bing, bing, bing. I waved my wand, declassified. And everybody said, well, that's a white man. He do that. He do that. And it's a lie. So now, they going around riling up. This is the new Republican Tea Party conservative plan. That's part of their playbook. It's just so much bullshit. We can't even go forward in this country. We can't even grow because it's just so much infiltrated with so much bullshit from that party. Those parties. So now, the governors, or the cult leaders as I call them, because that's the whole cult, the conservative, it's all cults because it's all about religion, screwing women, putting them down. Everybody's stupid, they gods. They're rounding up asylum seekers, they round up asylum seekers in Texas, Florida, I think they said Arizona. Those are the same ones that was throwing them in cages. They're now saying they're immigrants. And they round them up and they're sending them to the northern states, or as they say, the blue states. Now here's the thing. The blue states ain't mad. Because you came and rounded up all the illegals in your bullshit. A few years back, you wound up. I remember I was looking at Little People, Big World. And that mad person had this Hispanic person. From the time we started looking at the show, this Hispanic brother was with him like, please, conjoined twins, okay? Or you can say, Mr. Matthew, Mr. Matthew, Mr. Matthew. He was down 4 flat tires. Hell, he was an 18-wheeler, all the tires flat down. For this little, you ain't supposed to call him midget, but I'm cursing him because I can't stand him. That little midget Matt. And then all of a sudden, when the Republicans came out with their bullshit about, oh, they taking all the white people's jobs. They taking all the white people's jobs. White people don't want to work, especially down south. They ain't never did it damn before. The hell they gonna start doing it for now? Enslavement? Anybody remember that? Bitches hate working. But they was taking all the jobs away. So that's why orange trash, garbage, trash, said, oh, we're going to get rid of them. So kids were coming home, couldn't get in their houses because their parents had been picked up by ICE. They was throwing everybody in cages. They lost thousands and thousands and thousands of children. Just lost them. Sex trade, I say. So now you have to ask yourself, why are they rounding up these migrants and sending them to the north? North ain't mad. You took all their immigrants. It's kind of like a replacement, which makes me think that I hope this ain't no real sick shit. Because, see, Martha Vineyards are very rich people, and they are Republicans. So is this some kind of sick fucking Republican game that you're playing? You're replacing the illegals, the Repugs, Tea Party, conservative, garbage, trash cans are now picking what country or what group of asylum seekers they accept, and then they send them north. And are these northern Republicans all for it because they ain't got no workers? They can't open their stores. But if you can't do it, you did it to your goddamn selves. All the problems of the world, they talking about flooding here and this there and storms there and this. And this party, Republican, Tea Party, Conservative, just playing a whole bunch of damn games with people's fucking lives. And you don't get rid of them. You give them the power to keep doing it again and again and again. I remember because I know how it feels not to be picked up from school. I know how it is to sit there and cry and wonder what happened to your world. What happened to the people that you know? And you find out strangers come pick you up and take you and they put you in a cage because now they ain't got nobody. Because your parents been sitting in another cage and another facility because they're illegals. And you sit there and you're waiting. And then this strange white lady comes. You don't know. You never see your school again. You never see the house that you lived in again. Nothing is ever the same. And then you find out that it's some kind of sick political game by a bunch of sick old white men. I'm putting it out there. Sick, disgusting old white men. The ones that are my age. The ones that used to chase us. If we ever tried to do anything good. We just go in the White Castle. Can't stand the stairs. You can't walk through our neighborhood. If they have lived in my age now. And that's what you're dealing with. Get rid of them millennials. Get rid of that party, that old poison party, and that new Tea Party bullshit. And conservatives just mean they are long haters. They are haters and they've been hating for hundreds of fucking years. Get rid of them. All I remember is kids crying. All I remember is kids crying because their parents weren't there. Little babies being left at daycare centers. Because ICE then picked up their mothers. And now the same disgusting party is getting these same people, taking them in, reclassifying them. They're not illegals that's in the country. They rounding them up, they calling them migrants, and sending them to blue states. Safe cities, safe towns, safe states. Because that's part of the game too. Human life game, human trafficking. Didn't you see how easy they did it? Did you see how easy the planes came out and everything? They have been trafficking humans. Look at the whole freaking state. I remember when we had Katrina. They were scrambling to get buses and shit to get people out of town. Florida, Texas, Arizona, put transportation to get them now asylum seekers out of their state and into the northern states. Well, why couldn't you do it when that orange piece of shit was in office? Why did you have to throw the kids in jail, in cages? Why did you have to let them get sick and die? You let them watch their parents die. You scum. You scum. The Republicans, that Tea Party, that conservative, scum. teenagers, I remember them crying. One moment they filled out college applications. Hell, they born here. They finna graduate. They filled out college applications. And the next thing they know, their mothers and fathers been picked up by ICE. They ain't got no home no more. That school ain't their school no more. If they can't find family, they take them in. They going in the cage. They're going in a cage. They were sitting at home doing college applications. And now they're sitting in a cage. That's what those Republicans did. Not now. When the Democrats came, we freed them. And stopped the fucking game. But now they picked another game. The Republicans, the conservative Tea Party got another game. Now when they come in our border, we're not going to call them illegals. We're going to call them migrants. And we're going to do what we do best, what we've been doing all along. Sex trafficking, human trafficking, all the same. We got to get some water, y'all.
Happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking. Yes, indeed. I'm walking. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Carl, or whoever you are.
Thank you for the company.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, so kind. Thank you, Carl Owen Thomas. I think Carl Owen Thomas tried to pick me up.
Yes, indeed, I'm walking. Oh, yeah, just for me, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Yes, indeed, I'm walking. Oh, yeah, just for me, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company.
Hey, y'all. Even as slow as I'm going, I'm still moving blood and stuff around. I gotta get somebody to come out and fix this. I have broken my head thing. Yeah, so the Republican Tea Party conservatives in the North must have contacted the ones in the South and said, hey, we made a mistake sending all those illegals, immigrants, migrants out of the country back when orange shit was in charge. We made a mistake. We don't got nobody to work for us. So then the Southern Republics, Tea Party, conservatives, say, oh, we'll send you some. But we won't call them illegals now. We'll call them migrants, and we'll help you out. That, I feel, is how the Martha Vineyard thing went down. And yes, those 50 migrants were needed. They'll have them trained and ready and everything by next summer. But is that some kind of sick shit now? You make a fucking problem, then you make another fucking problem and try to fix it? That's who you want running government. People, political party, politicians and shit, whose solution to fucked up shit is to fuck up more shit and say you're trying to fix it. All the kids' lives you ruined. I just remember the dreamers and the dreamers. I had a dream. And the Republicans was like, fuck you, fuck your dream. Your parents is taking all the jobs from the white people who want to work. And I was watching and saying, when did they ever want to fucking work? Who is taking jobs away from them? They got privilege. They never need, they need to work. What the hell? You just wanted to destroy, and that's what you want as a symbol for America. Stealing, lying, killing thieves. Government paper stealers. What's top secret? What kind of secret in government with them in it? There is no secret in government. They all need to be investigated because they're all selling secrets. Because I remember them being at that Mar-a-Lago like that was the goddamn Bunny Club and Hugh Hefner was there. And I couldn't understand why. But if they was coming through there looking at top secret information, all that shit all along, they're talking about when he left my ass. The first top secret document you gave him that he saw he could make $1 off of, he sold. Stop playing. Always got goddamn games. Vote them out. They're poison. You got Independent Party. You got Green Party. You got a Socialist Party. You got all these different kind of parties. You don't got to keep those Republicans in there. God only knows where those Tea Party trash bags came from. And that conservative trash, take them conservatives and put them in a nursing home. Fill their wallets up with fake money and put a fake pussy in front of them and they're satisfied until they die. I just remember seeing all those kids crying. It was horrible 4 years when he was in there. And that, even with Black Lives Matter and all that stuff, what made it horrible, the worst, was the little kids laying in the little cages under the silver tarp. Causes too many illegals. And now you're fucking putting them in planes and flying them all over the motherfucking country? Are you kidding me? That's the games America play? If I was America ally, I would fucking run. If them pieces of trash, because they can't be trusted on any level, liars, scumbags, trash, piece of shits, Republican, Tea Party, conservative, millennials, vote them out if you want a future. They are poison. Dreamers. That little girl. I still traumatized. You wanna know why we need therapists? Those 4 fucking years. When that orange piece of shit, the head of his party, the Republican Party piece of shit, 4 fucking years. Still PTSD. So when I saw this DeSantis or whoever the fuck else, Abbott, all them asswipes, is flying. Illegals, no. Now, migrants, no. Now, asylum seekers. All over to Northern. So what was the 4 years for? Why you had to throw them in cages? Why'd you have to kill their parents? Why'd you have to starve them? Why'd you have to sterilize them? What the fuck is your problem? Millennials, vote them out. If you want a future, because I ain't going to be here. I'm closer to the exit ramp. You want a future, vote them out. You got so many other parties. So many other issues we need to address. Save the Earth Party, along with the Green Party. Stop the gas line shit. Stop the fracking taking up all the water. Stop making rich people rich. They can get rich themselves. We can all have a piece of capitalism. But those are greedies. Get rid of the old greedies. There's a lot of tech giants out here. They come, they go. They come, they go. But that's what they're supposed to do. But if you let that trash Republicans, that trash Tea Party, and them trash conservatives get in this government and take control, you're not going to have that. They're going to pick who's going to be at the top, and that's going to be it. They don't care about you. You just saw what they did. Y'all know every day, especially yesterday, when that shit finally came down on me, I said, thank goodness I never went to get a gun license. Thank goodness I ain't never wanted one, because I know me, and I know how this country is, and stuff like this. There's graves all around those concentration camps where they put them at that you don't even know about. That's how bad they was treating those immigrants. Or as they call them, illegals. They weren't asylum seekers then. They was just trying to get into the country. They just tried to take the white men's jobs. They said, no, we're asylum seekers. We got here, but we staying here because we got conflict in our country. No. Go in the cage. Fining, giving people who own business big fines that pay so much money. Downtime. Do y'all remember? Okay, it didn't have nothing to do with the immigrants per se. It had everything to do with DeJoy, that's still up there doing fuck shit. But if you look at the price of your chicken, which is probably, when I look at it now, he's a Republican, and they Republicans, it was all worked out like that. Remember we was crying because all the chicks was left on the docks to die because they wasn't shipped or some shit like that. And now a chicken wing is $10. Now you can say that was a mistake, but when you look at the Republicans and their filth and their garbage and how disgusting they are, you can say, yeah, they didn't get shipped to where they were supposed to get shipped to or flown where they were supposed to get flown to by the Postal Service. Because again, that's another Republican ploy. They want more money. Back in the day, if they wanted to manipulate the stock of corn, they would take a whole bunch of corn and throw it in the ocean. If they want to manipulate, even though people are starving, didn't matter to them. They want to manipulate the stock, the orange, the produce. Truckloads of oranges right in the ocean. Right in the ocean. They didn't care that people's little kids' teeth was falling out because they didn't have enough vitamin C. They didn't care. So now, the Republican governors that live on border states, where once they caged, killed, tormented, and sterilized the immigrants, the asylum seekers. They were asylum seekers, then they got to the border, and because it was Republican, they were called illegals. Oh, please, y'all. You can't let that party stay. Go back. Look at the politics. There was a Whigs party. There was a this party. There was a that party. And they fade away. They go out. This diseased Republican Party, it can never be trusted. It's a party of lies, propaganda, party of wars, propaganda. And they don't care about your life. Not only African Americans, y'all mad because we're right. We've been telling you, you don't give a shit about life. And we're trying to get in government so we can protect our lives because we know you don't give a shit about them. One moment, you're putting babies in cages and you're starving them and they're getting sick and dying. And then the next moment, you're throwing them in motherfucking planes and sending them to other states to take care of. What kind of bullshit is that? And you let them get away with it. Let them get away with it. Dreamers. What about the dreamers? I mean, she was crying. She was like, but I'm going to college. But she wasn't. ICE had picked up her parents. She was supposed to stay here legally. But unless she had family. And I just remember seeing they kept calling them the dreamers. And all the dreamers' parents was being kicked out of this country. And they were saying, no, we're seeking asylum. No, we're here. We just, and the Republicans and the Tea Party just said, no, shut up, liars. We're throwing you in these cages. And we're putting up these walls. And now, the same trash bags are coming up with buses and planes, literally going to the articles, sending their agents out, said, hey, you want a job? You want a job? You want a job? You want a job? Get on this plane, we'll get you a job. Folks so desperate because they're sending out people who speak their language. So they think it's a village mate giving them the heads up. And it's just all a game, again, by the Republicans, the Tea Party, and the Conservatives. It's just a game. It's how they do their sex games. Don't forget Jeffrey Epstein. Because I still believe, and we'll find it, because there'll be some millennial report out here that will go and find all those documents and all those Republican nasty politicians' name that's been out there diddling them children because they've all been sex trafficking them. You saw how fast the governor pulled out planes to transport people. How hard do you think it would be for him to pull out a plane to put a bunch of little girls on? Little boys. Because he did that too. Remember, Abbott, all of them, they shipping children. They shipping children from state to state. From state to state. On lies and what? Human trafficking, sex trafficking. If you remember, when they were locking those kids up, when 45 and the repugs were in control, and they said, wait a minute, we got thousands of little boys and little girls missing. And some articles said they were shipped out. Don't know where. But look how fast. So now we know where all those little kids went from the border towns, Arizona, Texas, Florida. Now we know. They were shipped out as fast as these folks, as these Republicans are shipping out these migrant asylum seekers now. That is disgusting. That no respect for governor to governor, no heads up. And if the northern governors don't do something and don't say nothing, then I'm going to tell you what happened. If they don't say anything, I'm going to tell you why. If all those places they send those Venezuelans and all those, if they don't say anything, let me tell you. Because they're all in cahoots, because they need more workers, and they realize they fucked up by sending I have an ice round of all those people, and then the virus came through, knocked out your whole fucking workforce, and you got nobody, and you ain't gonna say you're wrong, you ain't gonna say you're fucked up. You're gonna start taking the migrants that's coming from South America at the border and having the border governors fly them around the country to meet the supply and demand for employees. And even that is sicker than the other way. That's just sick. I beg you, millennials and ancestors, please put it on the ethers. Vote out every Republican, Tea Party, conservative candidate in government on every level, local, state, government. Vote them out. They lie, they steal, they kill, they riot, they try to overthrow the government. Put out the trash, America. And in that trash can, put all the Republicans, put all the Tea Parties, put all the conservatives in that trash can, put the top on it real tight and take it. Don't put it in the garbage truck. Take it to the landfill and make sure all the garbage trucks bury it so it can be at home with all the trash. Vote in your Democrats. Vote in your independents. Vote in your socialists. Vote in your green people. It's room for them. It's room for growth. It's room for change. But first you have to get rid of poison. Cut out this poison. If you had a friend and you were in high school and she was Hispanic during that reign and you never saw her again, or the last time you saw her she was crying, she said, I don't know what happened, my mother, they're not here no more. I don't know if I'm going back to school. I don't know if I'm graduating. I don't know if I'm going to college. I don't know if I'll ever see you again. I don't know. You remember that, friend? Then it is your obligation to go and vote out every Republican that you see on the ballot. No, let me put that there. Don't vote for them. Don't vote Republican. Do not vote Tea Party. Do not vote conservative. I remember that. Oh, big, little people, big world. That guy, Mr. Matthew, for years. All of a sudden, orange shit comes and says, you can't keep him. And he got rid of him. And then he got these white people. And they couldn't stand him because he was a little person with a lot of land who had his own TV show. And they hated him. They were jealous of him. You don't even see him no more. Slowly but surely, I saw a couple of Hispanics. And I stopped looking at the show. It's like, 'cause you're a piece of trash, Matt. All of a sudden, he was feeling bad because he was employing immigrants. Now, that man had been with him so long. And then I remember he said, you know, he could have got his paper straight all up. I was like, man, you could have had his paper straight. We ain't doing weights. I ain't doing it. You do your weights. Vote them out. Vote in. You on the list, Democrat, Green Party, Social, Independent. Cut it off. Should be a millennial Tea Party coming through. Whoa, strike that. A millennial party coming through soon. I don't know what you're going to name it, but it should be a millennial party that specifically goes and looks at problems facing millennials and what they have to deal with for the next 100 years. That is the political party that y'all need to focus on. Get rid of everything else that has nothing to do with your future. If it's stopping women from growing, get rid of it. I made it, y'all. Thanks for coming on the walk.
Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking. Oh yeah, just walking. I'm walking.
Yes. Oh, well, you know what?
Thank you for the company. I'm walking.
Trying to save my energy, y'all.
So happy to be walking. Happy to be walking. Thank you for the company.
said it several times. I'll say it again. I am so happy that I'm closer to the exit ramp than the entrance. Oh my! Especially if y'all keep them venomous politicians out there. Listen, let's drink this water. Whew. I've always supported young people. 16-year-old me said, volunteer, get a job, fill out college application, get your ass out of South Carolina, and I did at 19. And this 16-year-old said, this is how we're going to do it, and we're going to get out of here. Then the 21-year-old me came back through, said, don't forget to dream. You got a child, imagine work out. That's all right. Don't forget to dream. I pushed through. Then the 34-year-old me said, listen, let's make some decision just in case you make it to the 60s. And 34-year-old me said, exercise. And I was like, I don't have money. I don't have a gym. They don't even have a gym. And 34-year-old me said, walk. Walk. Make it your business to walk. You keep that thyroid working. You keep the blood flowing. And you'll make it to a ripe old age. And guess what we just finished doing? Walking. Yes, indeed, y'all. Not only thank you for the walk, but thank you for allowing me to vent. Because I can't tell you how hard I cried when them kids being torn away from their parents and stuff. And now, for another sick game to start, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. As they say on YouTube, but I'll apply it to the Republican Party. Everything you do is for clicks and views. It ain't got to be right. It ain't got to be true. All you want is clicks and views. And that's how I sum up the Republican Party. A party just want clicks and views. Vote them out, please, y'all. Please. So we can grow. Yep. Vote them out so we can grow, y'all. And y'all can see now, though I don't put advertisement up, oh, I've been walking, I lost 20 pounds. Oh, I've been walking, I lost. If you cannot see by watching me how walking, just walking, I do my little stretches and stuff, but walking, yeah, I changed my diet, but trust me, ain't no fancy shit. It's just smaller. I eat everything I want, but small. So if that's not enough to get you to walk with me, or just to see the advantages of just walking as we get older, then I don't know what else to do, y'all. I'll be 65 November. Go back, I've been on here for over a year and a half walking, saving my life. And you can see. You can look at me and see. I ain't gonna entice you. You can see with your own two eyeballs. Just walk. Just wake up and walk. Just wake up and move. Half hour, 45 minutes a day. We retired. That's the least we can do for our bodies. Excuse me. Wake up and go to the malls. That's why we need malls. I don't like malls, but y'all like malls. Go walk the malls for 30 minutes. Get your ass to come, bring your ass home. But move. Yeah, we dying. We ain't laying down and dying. We just dying because we getting old. But we still living. I know I am. Let me finish up because I got a couple appointments. No. Not doctors. Nail appointment and lawyer appointment. I don't want y'all to think that I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. Y'all got one quart in? I know you feel better. Hey, thanks for coming on the walk. Says the Debbie Downer. Thanks for coming on the walk. Please like, comment, share, tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. And I'll see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel.